If I asked you to think about Sonic creepypasta, you'd probably think of this guy, Sonic.exe. Sonic's creepy, murderous version from the early 2010s. But this guy is, not my cup of tea. I much prefer the first, and actually somewhat unsettling Sonic creepypasta. Tails' soulless, floating doppelganger from Sonic R, Tails Doll. Though not being around when Sonic R came out, but still having had the experience of using a CRT TV, I can imagine a kid playing in front of their box TV in the living room. After having finished their homework, their parents are now upstairs. They're alone in the dark, and their only light source is the one being provided to them by the TV. Their game of choice? Sonic R. After multiple attempts, they finally manage to place in the top 3 and collect all the tokens in Radical City. And what they're faced with next is this floating, swinging character.
Ready, set, go!
A character they had never seen before. It was clearly made to look like Tails, and it did, but at the same time, it didn't. At least they had this banger to listen to. But after Sonic R, this poor stuffed nightmare was kind of left on the sidelines, only brought out here and there. But the creepy memories people had of playing against him never left. And with the help of the good old internet, people started making up creepy stories about this little guy, from being simply cursed to being a summoned demonic entity. And it seems a lot of you really want to put one of these on your bed or your shelf. And what better way to do it than to make one yourself? That way, there's no way it can be cursed or haunted, right? Just make sure not to poke yourself and accidentally bleed onto the plush. Nah, you'll be fine. Right, let's get started. As always, let's go over the materials and sewing techniques first. First on the list are the patterns. You can find these in my Patreon. The link is in the description. For fabrics, we're going to use minky and a bit of felt. Of course you can use different fabrics, though the end result will probably be a bit different. Some stuffing, and the needle and thread. You may also want to grab some embroidery thread, though it's not required. Now for the sewing techniques. If you watched my previous videos, you already know these, so you can move on to sewing. But if you're new, you want to pay attention. To sew, I like to double thread my needle. To do this, you're going to pull one end through the head of the needle, and then continue pulling it till both ends meet. Once you've done that, you're going to tie a knot by wrapping the two ends around your finger and then pull that loop to make the knot. For sewing, I like to use the split stitch as my main stitch. To make it, we'll start by making a very simple small stitch. Then, instead of going forward, we're going to go back and push the needle back out through the fabric about halfway through the stitch. By doing this, we're splitting the stitch. And now we just repeat the process. Make a stitch, go back about halfway and split it. To finish my stitches, I like to wrap the needle in the thread loop 2 to 3 times before pulling it all the way to make the knot. Like I said, this is my main stitch, meaning it's the one I use most, so unless I mention I'm using a different kind of stitch, this is the one I'm using. The second stitch we're going to be using in this project is the ladder stitch. This stitch is used to close open seams from the outside. First, we're going to poke one end of the gap we're closing with the needle from the inside. Then, we're going to move straight across the gap to the opposite side and make a parallel stitch. Poking the needle back into the plush and then bringing it back out. And that's the ladder stitch. Now repeat the process over and over until the gap is closed. While you're sewing, you want to pay attention to a few things. Make sure you're leaving space between the edge of the fabric and the needle, and that you're keeping the edges folding inward while you sew. If you don't do this, the end result will be a crooked, messy seam. To finish the stitch, you're going to make a knot the same way you finished the split stitch, but then you're going to push the needle back into the plush where you made the knot to hide it. Bring the needle back out and then pull the thread gently before cutting it. This way, the tail of the thread will be left inside the plush. And that's it. These 2 stitches are all the techniques you need to sew pretty much any plush I make. Now let's start sewing. As always, we're going to start with the head and go on from there. So we're going to start by grabbing Tails' face pieces and sew them together, like this. Now do the same for the back of the head. Just this bit. And now we can put the front and back pieces together. Start sewing the sides of the head and then sew the top. Now your head should look like this. Next, we've got to sew the bangs on the front of the doll's face. Grab the 4 bang pieces and sew them together in pairs, leaving the top side open so we can turn them inside out, like this. Now we're gonna slide them in between these cuts on the face and then stitch them together. Next, we're gonna grab the zipper portion of the head and sew them together. Make sure you're sewing them along the outside curve. Now that the head portion of the zipper is done, we're gonna sew it to the back of the head, starting by sewing the zipper to both sides of the opening on the back of the head, without sewing the top. We're gonna sew it together in just a moment, but first we gotta grab the pull of the zipper. I made mine out of 2 layers of felt glued together. We're gonna loop this rectangle piece of felt around the opening and then place it in the gap we left on the head. Once we're happy with the placement, we can sew the gap shut along with the felt piece. When finished, your zipper should look like this. Our next step is to sew the ears together. Grab the 4 ear pieces and sew them in pairs. I like to mark the side of the ear that is pointing toward the top of the head, as they're not exactly symmetrical. Once both are sewn, we're gonna slide them inside the space where the ears go, aligning their seams with the seams on the side of the head. And now, just stitch them together. Now that the ears are done, we're gonna move on to the muzzle. Grab the 2 muzzle pieces and sew them together. Then, we're gonna sew the nose pieces together. Group them in pairs, and then sew them along the center, like this. You're probably wondering why we need 2 noses. Don't worry, we'll get there. Once one of the noses is stitched to the muzzle, we're gonna grab the other nose and sew it over the first one. But, before we sew it all the way, we're gonna stuff the nose, so it sticks out more than the muzzle. After we sew the nose shut, we can then grab the head and sew the muzzle to it, lining up the center seams and the edges of the bottom of the face and the muzzle. I like to pin one of the 2 corners first and then sew from the center all the way down that side. Once your muzzle is stitched to the face, we're gonna grab this large inside muzzle piece and sew it to the same area we stitched the outside muzzle to, leaving the flat bottom area open. This large piece is split in half in the patterns, so once you draw one side, you're gonna turn the pattern piece around and draw it again, connecting it to the side I left the plus symbol next to. Once the inside muzzle piece is sewn, all we gotta do is make the doll's antenna, starting with the pull. Just grab the 2 pieces, sew them together, turn them inside out, and stuff them. Then, we're gonna grab the 4 pieces that make the red gem and sew their darts first. Once those are sewn, we're gonna match the pieces in pairs and sew them along the side where the darts are, like this. And then, we're gonna sew the 2 pieces together, leaving the bottom and one side open. Now we can turn the gem inside out, stuff it, and then ladder stitch the side we didn't stitch. And there you go, the gem is finished. Now we gotta sew these 2 together. We're gonna place these 2 side by side and sew one half of the antenna pole to one half of the gem using the split stitch. Once you've done that, we're gonna lift the gem into place and then ladder stitch the other side. And with that, our antenna is done. Now all that's left to do is stitch it to the top of the head. Now we can turn the head inside out. Before we stuff the head, we gotta stuff the muzzle first. We're gonna stuff it through the opening we left on the bottom and then ladder stitch the gap shut, like this. Now we can stuff the head. And with that, our head is done. Almost. It's missing a few details like the eyes, but we'll add those at the end. Though one thing we can do now is stitch the bangs to the head so they don't stick out like this. This part is optional and it can be done with glue instead. Basically, what I'm gonna do is use a few ladder stitches to keep the bangs from sticking upwards like this. There, that's better. Alright, now let's put the head to the side and work on the body. First, let's grab the 2 front body pieces and sew them together, like this. Then, grab the back pieces of the body and sew them together at the bottom. Now, we can sew the front and back together, like this. Next, we're gonna stitch the doll's stomach, just like this. With this, the front of the body is done. So now we're gonna work on the zipper that goes on the back. Grab the 2 zipper pieces that go on the back of the body and sew them together. Then sew them to the back of the body. Like this. And with that, the body is complete. Let's make the tails of the doll next. Grab the white and yellow pieces and sew one white to one yellow. I like to mark the bottom of mine so I know how they go together. Once we've done that 4 times, we're gonna pair the 4 and sew them together. Starting from the front bottom of the white piece and going all the way around, but leaving this bottom part open. Once we've got both tails sewn together, we're gonna turn them inside out, stuff them, and ladder stitch the gap. And that's the tails done. We're gonna put them aside and move on to the arms and legs. Let's start with the legs. Grab the yellow and white leg pieces and sew the white rectangles to the bottom of the yellow pieces. Then we're gonna fold them in half and sew them together, like this. Now we can turn them inside out. Now let's make the arms. We're gonna do the same thing we did for the legs, just without the white pieces. Fold them in half and sew them along the side. Then just turn them inside out and stuff them, along with the legs. Next, let's make the hands of the doll. We're gonna grab the 4 hand pieces and sew them in pairs, leaving a gap on one side, like this. Now we're gonna grab our stuffed arms and sew them to the hands, by pushing them through the gap we left on the side. Make sure the seam of the arms is facing the seam where the gap is. Once both hands are sewn, we can turn them inside out, stuff them, and ladder stitch the gaps. And that will leave us with this. Our next step is to sew the shoes. Grab the front and back red pieces and the white centers, and sew them together, like this. Now pair the shoes and sew them together along the front and back. Then grab the bottom of the shoe, pin the front of the pieces together, and then sew them together, starting from the back and then leaving one of the 2 sides of the back open, just like this. And now we're gonna do the same thing we did for the arms. Grab the leg pieces and sew them to the shoes, pushing them through the gap on the bottom till they show up on the other side. Once our legs and shoes are stitched together, we can turn the shoes inside out, stuff them, and then ladder stitch the gaps. And with that, all the parts to make the Tails doll are finished. But we're missing some details. The character has these very loose stitches sticking out from all sides. So to replicate this, we're gonna use some embroidery thread, or just some normal thread, and sew the detail stitches all over the plush. You can also do this by cutting some felt pieces and gluing them to the plush. I'm gonna use white embroidery thread and only thread my needle once. I'm gonna start with the head and then go over all the other body parts. I'm not gonna explain this part step by step as it's just optional messy stitches. I recommend using a picture of the character as reference so you know where the stitches go. Just make sure to hide the knots in places where they're not gonna be visible. Like for example, I left the knots on the bottom of the tails. No, we can't do the stitches on the body. We gotta sew the limbs to the body first so we can stuff it. So let's do that. We're gonna start by stitching the legs to the body, like this. And then we're gonna turn the body inside out and stitch the arms, making sure to point the seam of the arms towards the back of the plush. Once we have all the limbs attached, we can stuff the body and add the stomach stitches. There we go. Now let's attach the tails to the back of the plush. We're gonna do this by stitching them to the body one by one with a ladder stitch. All that's left to do is sew the head to the body. But we gotta give him some eyes first. Now you guys probably already know at this point that I make my own eyes to look like plastic eyes from the 90s. And I know, I've read the comments, a lot of you want me to make a tutorial on how to make these. Don't worry, it's coming. But of course you don't have to make your eyes like this. You can make them out of felt or of paper or anything else you want. I left a pair of eyes on the patterns so you have the right measurements to make your own. Now that our Tails doll has eyes, we can ladder stitch the head to the body. But before we stitch it all the way, we're gonna stuff the neck area a bit more. This will keep the head up straight and give the plush a better look. And that's it! Our Tails doll is complete! I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. A lot of you have been requesting so many different characters, it's hard to choose which one to make next. But like I said in my last video, a lot of people wanted Tails doll, so I hope this video satisfied all of you who wanted to learn how to make one. Jax did just release theirs, but I don't know, it looks a little flat in my opinion. It looks like the character, but it's just, I don't know, it's Jax. Of course, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them down in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer them. Special thank you to my Patreon supporters, The Cryptid, Plush Bro 123, Fenrir Rios, and Ushads. If you'd like to be mentioned at the end of my videos like these fine folks right here, consider joining my Patreon membership, where you'll also have access to behind the scenes content. But that's all I've got for today. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and that the new car smell is a mix of over 200 chemicals.